You are out of line.
You are out of line. Now, do you want to stand there and talk about your cats and your dogs in the community, but you won't talk about me?
Personally, I think you are a disappointment to our community and to the citizens of Eastpointe.
When we think about the civil rights movement, we typically only remember African Americans with their rights to vote, go to school, and have some level of equality. And certain figures come to mind: Martin Luther King, Bayard Rustin, Ralph Abernathy, and Jesse Jackson, just to name the few. I know there's more. But the reality is that the Civil Rights Act prohibits discrimination on the basis of race. That goes for any race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. The Civil Rights Movement focused on blacks, but it was not only for blacks. And I want to get back to the part of sex. No, not this sex. Booty clapping sounds! Get your mind out the gutters. We're not talking about that. We're talking about gender. And in the 60s, nobody would ever believe that you would have an African-American female mayor of a city or township. We could hardly think about having an African-American mayor at all, especially in some cities in the South or even the Midwest. But in fact, that's happened 2 times. We've had 2 cities in America where a black woman has become the first mayor ever of that city. One is Dayton, Illinois, and we all know her as the city girl mayor, Tiffany Henyard. But there's another mayor from the city of Eastpointe, Michigan, Mayor Monique Owens, and she became the first African American woman to hold such a position. People really felt that she was going to do a great job inspiring the next generation of female leaders. But stop the show. Just like Tiffany Henyard in nearby Dayton, Illinois, Monique Owens has a problem with accountability. And since she's been the mayor, she has had nothing but issues, most notably disrespecting black women herself. Isn't that interesting? Now, Monique Owens has a problem with people having a difference of opinion. And this is no different than her counterpart, Tiffany Henyard, not too far away in the Chicago suburb of Dayton, Illinois. Now, Monique Owens' problems started when they started having these council meetings. And she had an issue with another councilman, Mr. Harry Curley, who she alleged assaulted her back in 2021. But more on that. Some people in the community started to lose trust in this Mayor Monique Owens, and they had more trust in Mr. Harry Curley. And you're going to see Mary Hall Rayford, a senior citizen African-American woman, express to the fact that she prefers Harry Curley over Monique Owens. But look at the disrespect she gets from her.
She tends to bully, it looks like, senior citizens.
You'll see why Eastpointe resident Mary Hall Rayford says that.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop you right there, or we're gonna stop the council meeting. I'm gonna have a point of order, and I'm gonna talk over you. This is gonna be one of those meetings y'all never seen before.
Eastpointe Mayor Monique Owens cut her off during public comment with just under 3 minutes of Mary's allotted time remaining.
But we're also gonna see Monique Owens disrespecting white people also in her township.
Outrageous claims.
You're not going to sit here and assault me, lady I never met.
You are out of line.
You are out of line. Now, do you want to stand there and talk about your cats and your dogs in the community, but you won't talk about me?
Mayor Owens, serving the 3rd year of her first term, did not want to hear any residents supporting Councilman Harvey Curley, who Owens alleges assaulted her last summer at a community event.
But then there's more. When crime went up in the city of Eastpointe and the town started to blaming the mayor and her new policies, here's what the mayor had to say.
So don't blame the mayor for your city, blame yourselves, because it's deep rooted. The same rules and the standards apply to different people. That's not love. I had someone up here that actually got in my face, and I had to make a police report. Put a PPL out on that person. If you can't respect the people that lead your community, how you expect people to respect your property, respect your car?
And not only that, the town was shocked that their own mayor talked to them like that. Listen for yourself.
We showed video of the tirade to Eastpointe residents. Many are stunned.
That was surprising that Barry did all that.
She was kind of rough. I thought she would have spoke a little better.
You were shocked by that?
Yeah, I didn't even know that until you just told me. I didn't even know that was the mayor talking like that.
So yes, Monique Owens is abusing her power, just like the city girl mayor of Dolton, Illinois, Tiffany Henyard. Now keep in mind, these are two young, first-time African-American female mayors who are supposed to be opening the door for other women, black women that is, in the future. Because remember, civil rights is about equality, and if women can do the job, they should be allowed to do so. However, in this case, it's not looking so well for the both of these ladies. But I digress. Let me go into the new charge and what has happened with Monique Owens. Now, Monique Owens came into a lot of controversy when she got charged in a COVID fraud case dealing with this.
Eastpointe Mayor Monique Owens in court Thursday via Zoom, and on the wrong side of the law. Owens faces a felony fraud charge. The judge gave her a $10,000 personal bond.
We don't believe that she's a flight risk. She does have significant ties to the community. But the outstanding allegation of fraud is about receiving $10,000 for a CARES Act disclosure.
This fall, the 39-year-old mayor was charged for falsely stating on a 2020 CARES Act grant that her business, Naturally Funny Talent Agency, was 51% veteran-owned. It's not, and that it had more than 100 employees. It doesn't. Owens received $10,000 from the grant and in September was ordered to pay that money back in restitution.
Oh, but there's more. Listen to the lack of accountability during her sentencing.
At her sentencing, she said to cameras,
"Don't believe the allegations that you have heard about me."
The Macomb County judge didn't take that well.
Are you talking to the TV or are you talking to me as the judge? Because I don't think you're talking to me as the judge. And you're really telling me you did absolutely nothing wrong and therefore this case should be proceeding differently.
That's right. Even the judge is disgusted with this mayor. Now, here's what I want to talk about because I believe this is very interesting. And I do know that a lot of times black women, especially in some of these Democratic cities, are voting women in because women tend to be more politically active than men. But it's good to see that some of the women can see what even men like Kevin Samuels was talking about, because the disrespect that black men were talking about with certain ladies, hey, leave black men out of it. What you see a lot of times in these videos with the city girl mayor in Dolton and this particular mayor is a disregard for the people that helped them get into office, black women. And that's something I want to talk about. I always see black women talking about support each other and, you know, let's do Black Girls Rocks and build black women up. And I see so many times black women help other black women get into positions of authority. And what I see when those black women help other sisters get into positions of authority, there's no gratitude towards black women from that particular black woman. A lot of black women get into authority and start disrespecting the people that helped them get there, especially elderly black women. I see this also with Tiffany Henyard. Again, I'm not seeing this so much with black men. What I'm seeing is black women are helping other black women get into office, and I'm not seeing the loyalty towards black women or having a respect for your constituents that have helped you get into office. It doesn't make any sense. And a lot of black women are starting to see what is going on when it comes to certain levels of leadership, because you can never see a black man talking to a woman like that, even if he was a crook. Like, imagine Kwame Kilpatrick talking to an elderly black woman like that. He could never do that, right? We know that if a woman of that age is talking, we need to let her talk out of respect. But what are we seeing from these ladies? They don't have no respect for their elders. They are what we consider to be city girls. And they don't have any respect for the ladies that came before them and the ladies that encouraged them and things like that. Even if you disagree, you should respect your elders. Let the sister say what she has to say, and then be humble because you are a servant to the community. But we're just not seeing that with some of these city girl mayors. We're seeing that they want to rule over them, and if they don't like it, they want to pretty much, you know, destroy things or silence you or not get your point across, which are some of the things that some of the brothers have been complaining about in the community. And when brothers complain about those things, it's, you know, well, you know, you hate black women, you hate yourself. Well, all you gotta do in these particular cases, I'm not saying this is all the time, but in these particular cases, all you gotta do is elect somebody and then go to city council office and you see not too far from each other that this is happening. And I'm gonna go on the limb and say, hey, listen, this is not a coincidence for a lot of black people. We see this. We see the level of entitlement with black people in politics, and it does happen with black women too. And I think as a group of people, we need to be more respectful towards the people that help us get into office. And again, by the way, Monique Owens has been voted out, and so she will not be the mayor any longer. Thank God. And yes, that fraud case that she got, she will be doing community service too. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Pretty sure for all you, subscribe to the bell. We're out.